Jerry, a commanding success for your team, a perfect way to return to winning ways this afternoon.
Yeah, I thought it was excellent. Yeah, we'd have come here today with a lot of people expecting us to go and sort of steamroller Concord, but it doesn't work like that. Football doesn't work like that. They had a wonderful win in the week against Hungerford. Teams that are fighting for their lives are difficult to play against. We've experienced that last couple of weeks. I spoke to Rob, their manager, good guy. I spoke to him before the game, and they were really pleased with that result in the week. So you can't take these teams lightly by no means. And all right, the scoreline 4-0 in the end, and could have been a lot more. I'm not doing that to embarrass them at all by any means, but I thought we were excellent. I thought we were really good. You have to earn it. You always have to earn these results. And as I said to you before the game, we went really aggressive. We were disappointed in the last return for the last couple of games in entries in the box and crosses. I think you saw loads of Bath City goals today. Almost played with like a front five at times, and it was really aggressive and left us at the back in the three with Chris sat in front. And I was really pleased, some really strong performances, and a good day in the sun at Twerton Park. We deserve that. The boys deserve that more than anything. I'm really proud of them today.
Key in any game to get the first goal, but especially after you've lost the last couple, and you had to wait until the 40th minute after having a lot of control in the first half, and then those two quick-fire ones really killed off the contest, didn't it? It
did, but that's always a dangerous scoreline, Mark. 2-0 could be a set play, something cutting us open, but never felt as if we were under any real threat in the game. In fact, we looked really, really dominant, and it was almost like an attacking phase in the end. It was just waiting for the chances to come again, and we worked the ball so well. We got everything we want in our team, switches of play. You have to stay patient at times and move the ball, and then when it's time to go, you really trigger it with a real intensity, real dynamic movements, and I think we saw that right through the game today. And really pleasing, some real pleasing moments in it. Scotty Wilson, I'm really pleased for him. He's worked tirelessly over the last couple of weeks on his own up top. Deserves his rewards by getting his 2 goals. I thought it was fantastic that we managed to get young Ben Ford. That put a real smile on my face today because, as you know, he's travelled up and down the country with us. A boy from our academy, plays in the college system youth team. And I thought it was great that I really wanted to get him on. I thought it was great to see him out there with such enthusiasm and energy in this game, and he's got a real good smile on his face now. So that was a wonderful moment in that game as well for us. And they all played their part. And of course, having Rex backs as well, people were saying, why haven't I done it? Well, I wasn't able to because it's 28 days. The second loan is always 28 days if there's a gap. And that was up yesterday, so we managed to get him back. And I thought he was great. He was really positive, worked really hard for us. And that's a really good, positive home performance.
Scott Wilson now sort of gone out as top scorer, and his second goal really demonstrated the sort of player he is. He never gives up. He could have seen the shot saved by the goalkeeper, but he just really fought and was desperate to get that ball in the back of the net. He got his just rewards. Definitely,
he deserves it. Honestly, he deserves every bit of luck. I can't speak highly of him. I'm really glad I've got him on a 2-year deal. I'm glad he's with us next year. He's a leading example in the dressing room to any youngster. He's always a good shoulder for me and a good ear. He listens into what I want to do and what I talk about, and I bounce some ideas off him as well.
So he's coaching, isn't he?
Yeah, he's coaching over at Bristol City. He's player care role over there as well. He's a really, really level-headed young man, and someone I love working with. And I think next season he'll have another really strong season. He's a West Country boy. He's a local lad, and every time he goes out there, we know what we're going to get from him. So I'm really pleased for him. And but right the way through the board again, Max Harris gets Player of the Month from being in goal. He's had a fantastic time with us, really good month as well. But right the way through it, I am singling out some individuals in it, but I thought there were some really, really strong performances, and playing with style and swagger as well. That's what I love. I love to see us go and express ourselves. I said to them in there, all the pressure's on you today, unfortunately, but just go and play free. I want to see, even if it leaves us a little bit bare at the back at times, I want to see forward passes, forward runs at the right time, and people trying to make things happen. I thought we saw that in abundance today. I thought the team were absolutely outstanding.
You mentioned the back, a clean sheet as well. Jack Batten on his 250th appearances. You were full of praise in pre-match. I think Kieran Parcell as well really seems to get stronger by the game.
All of those, yeah. And Danny Greenslade playing left of a back three. Joins in naturally and creates overload. I think Jack Batten's in some great form, some of the best form I've seen him in our 5 years together. And that's a lovely milestone for him, 250 games. What a fantastic servant to the football club he is, and he just gets stronger. And I know he wants to be at this football club as well. Kieran's been a wonderful captain. He's done everything that I knew he would do when we used to play against him for Chippenham. And he's come in and he's been a real winner. And that today, everyone deserves that within this building. Everyone deserves it because we've had to have a tough couple of weeks, and that happens. Football, the more I'm in it, the more I realise football sometimes, and someone within the club, high up, has said this word to me, and I know who they are, sometimes gets catastrophied. And football isn't like that. It doesn't need to be like that. Football is, of course, full of opinion and emotion, but it's a game of football. I want to win every week, but you're not going to. Physically can't do it. But what the boys gave us in that run up until 4 weeks ago was immense. But the same boys have to do it again. And that's the problem. They've broke down a little bit physically. But today they found it somewhere. They found the energy and they found the quality to go and get that result. So I'm really, really pleased with them. The bigger picture is trying to keep the majority of the team together. Naturally, there's going to be some changes. Naturally, with how we're going to have to work next year and be creative, there will be some change and players will come in and players will go. But as much as we can, we want to try and keep the group together. And we've always stayed positive. We'll always remain positive. We're not happy with our return. I'm not going to hide away from that. We're not happy with our return over Easter. But before that, I couldn't have been prouder of this group. We've had a year from hell off the pitch. And no one really understands how that feels until you're in it and understand it properly. But we've shown such great character as a group, as a club, as players, as staff, all together and united, that's what brings those results. And I'm proud of the football club and proud of my boys. Most importantly, really proud of my boys tonight because they're a great group.
Your week off now before the game at Cheshunt next week. You said about talks with players. Are you going to earmark this space to do it, or is it going to be perhaps after the season ends?
It's been ongoing, Mark. There has been some initial chats. I've also spoken to a player at another National League South team as well. So meetings, as I said, that was planned way before my contract. I was still planning. Without having the contract agreed, it was still in the back of my mind. Lots of work. The spreadsheet was done. I've been out and watched teams, watched games, watched players. So there'll be an announcement next week over a couple of players staying at the football club, which is great news. And that will continue, like you say. I'll be out watching games next week as well. There's games sort of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'll be out watching all the players that we've got highlighted. And like I said, we'll have to be creative, but I'm pretty confident we can build a really strong squad for next season. We knew how to do it. We know how to do it. We were there not long ago, but circumstance took us away from it. But we won't let it affect us. We'll try and win every game. We've got some tough games which can affect the league. And we've got a wonderful cup final down at Weston-super-Mare on a really good pitch on a Tuesday night, which would be a great spectacle if we go and win it. And we're going to try and go down there and win it in style if we can. Tough game, but we'll try and win it. And that's all we can do. Try and be the best Bath City team that I know we can be.
That's great. Thanks very much for your thoughts after a commanding win today.
Cheers.
Cheers.